One Zambia, One Nation, thank you so much for joining us on the news desk with me, Amos Zulu. Here are the top stories. President Hichilema expected in Israel. Finance Minister clarifies errors in CDF supplementary budget. Chongwe residents appeal for Chikumbi Kalubwe Road rehabilitation. And traditional leaders urged to promote national unity. And now the news in detail. President Hakainde Hichilema is tomorrow expected in Israel for a 3-day state visit. President Hichilema, who will be accompanied by First Lady Mutinta Hichilema, is expected to engage in crucial talks with Israeli President Isaac Herzog and the country's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu.
In recent years, Zambia and Israel have been focusing on strengthening economic cooperation, focusing on trade and investment opportunities between the two nations. To further this cooperation, Republican President Hakainde Hichilema is expected to undertake a 3-day official state visit to the State of Israel from the 1st to the 2nd of July 2023 at the invitation of the Israeli President Isaac Herzog. During the visit, President Hichilema is expected to engage in crucial talks with the President Herzog and the country's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. The discussions will delve into critical bilateral and regional issues, prioritizing peace, security, and peace-building initiatives. A key highlight of the visit will be the signing of the Zambia-Israel General Framework Agreement of Cooperation, jointly presided over by President Hichilema and President Herzog. This broad-based agreement is designed to pave the way for a multi-faceted collaboration between the two countries. President Hichilema will also open the Zambia-Israel Business Forum under the theme Agro-Business Opportunities to guarantee food security. According to a statement by Zambia's Minister of Foreign Affairs Stanley Kakubo, President Hichilema's visit offers a platform to further reinforce the strong and growing ties between Zambia and Israel, while exploring fresh avenues for further partnership in areas such as trade, technology, renewable energy, desert agriculture techniques, healthcare, and education. The visit aligns effortlessly with the President's sweeping economic transformation agenda by providing a vital opportunity to foster valuable partnerships with the dynamic business landscapes of Israel, unlocking lucrative investment possibilities. Notably, Israel's unparalleled expertise in innovation and technology opens doors to a world of mutually beneficial possibilities. First Lady Mutinta Hichilema and some cabinet ministers are expected to accompany the head of state. Kalan Muchima, reporting for Zanis in Jerusalem, Israel.
Central Province Permanent Secretary Myuna Mwanakampwe says market booster loans should benefit traders who carry out their businesses in designated places. Mr. Mwanakampwe says only law-abiding marketeers should benefit from the empowerment program. The provincial permanent secretary said this when he toured markets in Kabwe Central Business District to check if they have adequate space to accommodate street vendors.
He has toured markets to check if they have adequate space to accommodate street vendors in the Central Business District of Kabwe. Central Province Permanent Secretary Myuna Mwanakampwe wants to ensure that designated trading areas have adequate space and sanitation facilities to accommodate the increasing number of traders. Kabwe District Commissioner Lennox Shimwambwa is impressed with the efforts that are being made to improve water supply.
So far we are pleased, we have running water. Our expectation is that from time to time we'll be checking to ensure that these ablution blocks are working.
At Green Market, the vendors who wanted to operate in the market were made to pay 150 kwacha to the market leadership, which has since been advised to stop.
At
Kasanda Market, the caretakers had a difficult time to explain how they write receipts at the public toilets.
Yesterday,
the permanent secretary has advised the vendors to operate in markets to benefit from government empowerment programs.
When we will be looking at the issue of grants, PLGO, this time around, we will not be going anywhere outside the markets. We will be looking at women and men who are trading from the markets.
Street vendors in Kabwe were told to vacate the street by July 31st. Hlupekile Nkonika for Zanis in Kabwe District, Central Province.
Beneficiaries of the Constituency Development Fund, CDF, in Kasempa District in Northwestern Province have praised government for the initiative as it has helped to improve their livelihoods. The beneficiaries have revealed that CDF has helped them venture into various business activities. Here are the details.
The Constituency Development Fund, CDF, has continued to yield positive results among the community members in Kasempa District. Beneficiaries of CDF empowerment loans and grants have expressed gratitude to the government for the initiative.
Government ya new don vetu pako aye nani mari.
The money that we got as a group, we procured some sewing machines, and these things are helping us to stitch or tailor the clothes, uniforms, and many other things. If we sell, it is even helping us to buy food at home. Even we are even able to take care of our grandchildren.
Zambian Skills Foundation Chief Executive Officer says various youths have benefited from the CDF grants.
These youths, they have got their families, and the same families, they are also benefiting from the same grant which we received from CDF. And this one, I think it should go on as the government to empower youths.
And Perimeri Women's Club has ventured into poultry farming from the CDF grant.
So when the money came, we thought of coming up with a project to do with poultry. So now when we did that, we bought feed, the medicines, and the chicks, going to 200.
Mana Mwabila, proprietor of Keleshi Tech Computer Solutions, had this to say.
We've procured computers, photocopy machines, and stationery.
Mwiche Chipoya for Zanis News, Kasempa District, Northwestern Province.
We take our first break, and when we come back, Finance Minister clarifies errors in CDF supplementary budget. Stay tuned.
For news and current affairs, entertainment, sports, children's programs, and a host of other events in and beyond our borders, Zanis TV has you covered. On Channel 6 and Channel 458 on Topstar.
Welcome back. Minister of Finance and National Planning, Stumbeko Msokotwane, has clarified on the recent events surrounding the alleged errors in the 11.3 billion kwacha supplementary budget, which was unanimously passed by Parliament last week, Friday. Dr. Musokotwane has explained that the ease of the 298 million kwacha supplementary budget was a provision for only one component of the Constituency Development Fund, CDF, which is under community projects and not the entire CDF projects. He stated that a total sum of about 4.4 billion kwacha was allocated to CDF for all its three components, which are community projects, youth, women, and community empowerment, as well as secondary boarding school and skills development bursaries. Speaking at a press briefing in Lusaka regarding the issue that arose from Parliament, Dr. Msokotwane revealed that the community projects component had a provision of about 2.7 billion kwacha, of which the 298 million kwacha was added. He said this was out of the remaining funds from the provision of community projects for last year, which was not utilized, attributing it to slowness in the absorption of CDF. Dr. Msokotwane noted that instead of recalling the money to the Treasury, a decision was arrived at to push it back to community projects for this year in each constituency. The minister hoped to restore public confidence in government planning referring to the issue as a case of mere misinterpretation and not an indication of inaccuracies in the budget.
The issue of contention was this: when the MPs were saying there were errors, their contention was that the total amount we provided for CDF in 2023 was 4.4 billion, which is correct. So they are saying there is an error because in this schedule you have provided 2.7 billion kwacha instead of 4.4 billion kwacha. And the explanation we gave in Parliament is, yes, what we are showing here under the 2023 is not 4.4, is 2.7 billion, because what we are supplementing is not the entire CDF. We are only supplementing one component of the CDF, which is community projects. Therefore, we've extracted the amount that we have provided in 2023 of 2.7 billion out of the whole 4.4 billion. We are only extracting out the component of the community projects, which is 2.7 billion, because we are extracting this out only because this is the one that we are supplementing. So the CDF is there to equalize, particularly service delivery in the urban areas, in the rural areas, so that we don't leave our people behind. This is why, starting from 2021, this government has been very ambitious to push more money into the rural areas so that this inequality is balanced out. Otherwise, we are going to have two citizens in one country. Those who are well ahead, like those of us who are here, and those who have been left behind 50, 60 years.
In education news, pupils at Luansobe Upper Boarding Secondary School in Masaiti District have bemoaned the poor state of infrastructure at the institution. The pupils are calling on government to complete works at the new school, which is under construction. Nkwachi Chanda gives us the details.
Luansobe Upper Secondary Boarding School is situated in Kaloko area and has enrolled over 400 pupils. Luansobe Area Councillor has since called on government to consider the completion of the new boarding facility under construction whose works have stalled.
Renovating the dormitory for the girls won't help because we have a new school which is under construction, which is like to be the biggest boarding school in Masaiti. So my humble appeal is to the relevant authority, even the government at strategy, because the school which is under construction was from the Ministry of Education. So it has taken along from 2014 up to now. The school hasn't been completed.
The current state of the dormitories and other facilities is of concern to the pupils.
Challenges that we are facing at Luansobe Boarding Secondary School are that we don't have enough toilets. The dormitory is not safe for us. The windows are not well. So what we want the government to do for us is that they should finish the other school so that we should shift, because we're not safe at this school. So we need the government, at least they should look at this school and complete the other school so that we should shift at the other school, because it's not even safe for us. We don't have a dining hall, we don't have even a school hall, we don't have even enough classes for us to go studying. Sometimes we're learning in labs, so we'd like the government to complete the other school. That's how
the dormitory is not that way. It rains, and when it's raining, we need to move our bunkers so that our blankets cannot get wet. And we have difficulty when going at Dingo when it's raining season. The abrasion is not well with the doors, so we have difficulty also with bathing.
And the traditional leader has an appeal to government.
Yes, ena dia ikaleni akia kitu wingi kuba balakita baisa baibakako kabiri tentefyo baleka kulirishani akwesuko tiri kuno kulwesanga iri skulu lya Kaloko iri lya Kokola lukufatu lukuteko kabukulumisha ko bwangu kwebati isukulu libombwe bwangu.
The current state of the school is hazardous and likely to cause accidents if not addressed. Nkwachi Chanda, Zanis, Masaiti District, Copperbelt Province.
Action Aid Zambia has signed contracts to support the construction of facilities for the Ministry of Education and Health in Mpulungu District. Interim Country Director Andrew Chikowore says the organization will construct maternity annex and mother's shelters at Isoko and Viamba rural centers. Christine Muselu reports that the organization will also construct 2 classroom blocks with modern playparks in Chilwa and Makola communities.
Action Aid Zambia has been implementing programs that are aimed at improving the lives of people in Mpulungu District. The organization has signed contracts for the construction of 2 1-by-1 preschool classroom blocks, maternity annex, and a mother's shelter in the district.
Action Aid has since partnered with Mpulungu Town Council to spearhead the development of projects like construction of the maternity annex at Isoko Rural Health Center, a mother's shelter at Viamba Rural Health Center, and 2 1-by-1 preschool classroom blocks with modern day play parks for Makola and Chilwa primary schools. These projects aim in ensuring that basic human rights are upheld for all members of society. The Ministry of Health has a policy of ending maternal deaths, hence the need for AACH to support these innovations, as access to quality public health is yet another fundamental right.
Northern Province Deputy Permanent Secretary officiated at the ceremony.
May I take this opportunity to thank Action Aid for the effort being made in complementing government's effort in ensuring the protection of rights of women and children in Zambia's communities, and Northern Province in particular. The government of the Republic of Zambia will continue to partner with civil society organizations like Action Aid with the aim of working to achieve the Sustainable Development Goals.
And the contractors have assured the organization of quality work.
My fellow contractors who've been selected to undertake these projects, to make sure that we deliver these projects on the stipulated, or rather within the stipulated time, and we make sure that we deliver these projects with quality works. Where we don't know, let us consult.
Mr. Mselu reporting.
A group of youths in Monze has taken an initiative of cleaning the Manungu main graveyard, which has been neglected for many years by the local authority. Group chairman Bristol Nduma says they have embarked on the cleaning exercise because the place became a den of criminals due to the overgrown trees and shrubs.
A graveyard is considered a sacred place for burying loved ones and deserves sustained maintenance. But here in Monze's Manungu main gravesite, lack of maintenance by the local authority has turned the burial site into a forest and a haven for criminal activities. Fortunately, a group of youths have taken the initiative to clean the site.
You know, this is the place where we've buried our beloved ones. We've buried some people who has made us to be who we are today. But I think the place has been neglected for so long. I think the place has been turned into a forest. Others, they use this place as a guest house whereby they bring the girls, they do a lot of bad things. Others, when they store things, they come and hide just from here, of which it has really affected the community. And when you look at most of the graveyards, we don't have the posts, because some people, they get the post and they go sell scrap metal. I think we involved the council, but I think the response was not that good, because this program started some time back, of which we were receiving a lot of adijans. We engaged them, but we saw to say that the response was not that good, and that's the reason why today we decided to come and just do this voluntary work.
Especially muri kukiri nogono kambo java mbruti chiubiro javaga bwarala muri bajata bamaga intu muri batkedi hintu yinji maningi ya mahunze ijitika wono kakuri bamatata aba mama bagalala wawa twabenke mbruti twareka kuba pabulevo.
And the local authority has acknowledged lack of manpower as the reason for lack of care of the only gravesite in Monze Urban.
To commend this group for finding time to come and clean the graveyard. The council has not been doing its part in terms of clearing this place. There's no manpower at the council that would be able to come and clear this place. And the proposal that was put up is that with resources permit us to hire young people that have no jobs. That would be explored.
Plans are also in the pipeline to find alternative burial sites.
The graveyard is getting full. Let me make it clear that the place has already been sourced for another graveyard which is actually out of town. So as soon as this place is completely declared that it's full, we'll begin to use the site that has been identified.
Frederick Macha for Zanis News in Monze District, Southern Province.
The news continues. Now, residents of Kalubwe Township in Chongwe District have expressed concern over the poor state of Chikumbi-Kalubwe Road, which has been in a deplorable state for many years. The road becomes impassable during the rainy season and cuts off the community from the rest of the district. We have more in this report by Sheila Makosa.
The deplorable state of the Chikumbi-Kalubwe Road in Kapwayambale ward of Chongwe remains a major source of concern for residents of Kalubwe compound, who struggle to use it to access social services in the neighboring Chikumbi community. The road, which was earmarked for construction through a World Bank project in 2021, becomes completely impassable during the rain season, cutting off the community from the rest of the district. Kalubwe compound chairperson Nevison Banda called on government to come to the aid of the community by working on the road before the onset of the rains this year.
Road ndiye yativutisa ikafika chabe pa December to March stima enda kutown chifukwa cha road ya huku inapukanyika bridge yanetenze kusebenzesa then hii ya huku imankala overflow na manzi na mapotholes yambiri tilibe solution mwaneti ngaendele kutown. So timankala che stacked tinapempa ku government na eveyo ngati bangatitandizire tingaongezikomo.
Mr. Banda also bemoaned the lack of social services such as a clinic and a secondary school in the area.
Tilibe clinic, tilibe police post, tilibe school, tinaka community school.
The residents further appealed to Chongwe Municipal Council to provide them with information on the Constituency Development Fund, CDF.
Kulibe na nama bwera ko luti bakambe kuti kulina vaso kulibe timapita kungwele banzatu batenga kuchongwe batenga bati kuno kulibe.
What is happening? What's the way forward? Palija youth empowerment many ways or tools hapo. Bazati tandiza bwanji ma youth because a lot of the youth here in Kalubwe babu bakuma chemo bena nguni wopunzira nakushira na ine wopunzira bena ngopeza kashiba kumwa moba balipe vochita so bazatandisa bwanji at least oloni tumaloni pamene twakamba to maloni kulipo ko bali na nzero mamene uli bachakula mena bacha ukamukazika pansi bali na nzero bena wamuza ko ichi they have to change. They can change.
Efforts to get a comment from the local authority proved futile by broadcast time. Sheila Makosa reporting for Zanis in Chongwe District.
And in Muchinga Province, the Provincial Investment Forum and Expo Organizing Committee, in collaboration with Mpika District Stakeholders, has hosted a Meet the Minister fundraising dinner. Speaking at the event in Mpika, Provincial Minister Henry Sikazwe called on the business community and other stakeholders to support the hosting of the Muchinga Expo set for October this year. Peggy Coutinho now reports.
The Muchinga Provincial Administration has continued to rally the business community to continue supporting the fundraising for the successful hosting of the Muchinga Investment Forum and Expo that will take place in October this year. Speaking at the second Meet the Minister fundraising dinner held in Mpika District, Muchinga Province Minister Henry Sikazwe said that the hosting of the investment forum is not for individuals but requires the support of various stakeholders.
I would also want to take this opportunity as well to thank those present today, this evening, for being part of this special event, which is an appreciation for efforts of the district and the dinner. As the provincial minister of this great region, I would like to appeal to all stakeholders to take ownership, fully participate, and generously pledge towards the success of this investment forum this year.
And Mpika Chamber of Commerce and Industry President Colonel Alfred Soka has also urged stakeholders to embrace the expo.
I therefore wish to urge all of us to embrace the expo wholeheartedly, bearing in mind that it is not a monopoly game, but a collective effort for all.
The Meet the Minister fundraising dinner managed to raise over 400,000 kwacha from individuals, parastatals, and local authorities present. Peggy Gutinyu for Zanis in Mpika, Muchinga Province.
Meanwhile, government has implored traditional leaders across the country to closely monitor the implementation of the Constituency Development Fund CDF projects in their chiefdoms. Northwestern Province Minister Robert Lihefu was speaking when he officiated at the Okupupa traditional ceremony of the Lamba people in Mushindamo district. Take a look.
He blesses the land in his chiefdom, thanking the gods for the good things that have happened. Now speaking blessings and all the people in his chiefdom to have a bounty of harvest in the forthcoming farming season. This is the highlight of the Okupupa traditional ceremony of the Lamba people of Mushindano district in Northwestern Province. Northwestern Province Minister Robert Lihefu was the guest of honor.
Supervise all the projects that are in your chiefdoms. Make sure that as MPs, as politicians, do right things.
Provincial House of Chiefs Chairperson Chief Umemena raised a number of concerns pertaining to development in the region.
Chikwabo tosa kupesha komwane mikwako ya muno mu province yakafika ku Ikereni, yakafika ku Mumbwa, yakafika ku Kaoma twamvwine kutwikumo mbaino mikwako ikekala konge Maria mwekana mino moto ayukira mwaira president akainde.
Organizing Committee Chairperson Gordon Kangwa has expressed a few concerns for the Kalilele chiefdom.
Let the old political map with 5 chiefs, namely Senior Chief Mujimanzovu, Senior Chief Kalilele, Chief Mulonga, Chieftainess Kikola, and Chief Musaka. These 5 chiefs make up Mushindamo district, which is also called Solwezi East constituency.
For Zanis in Mushindamo district, Northwestern Province, I'm Hemit Hachilonde.
Ahead in the news, traditional leaders urge to promote national unity.
Hello, it's time for you to know your rights. For ignorance of the law is no defense.
People should report any case of gender-based violence to the police. They should not be tempted to compromise the cases, because compromising a case of gender-based violence is actually an offense.
Zambia, like any other country, has got laws that govern the welfare of its citizens.
We provide some oversight on the police service.
When an officer misconducts himself, he's alone. One person being beaten is enough for the commission to move. The Constitution tells us that the people of Zambia must enjoy their liberties.
Every week on Thursday at 19:30 hours, the Zambia News and Information Services, Zanis, brings to your screens a program dubbed Police and the Community.
If we, the police, and you, member of the public, will work together, because the common enemy we have before us is the criminal.
Catch Zanis TV on Channel 6 DTT and Channel 458 DTH. Zanis TV, the People's Channel.
Welcome back. Government has called on traditional leaders in the country to promote national unity under the One Zambia, One Nation motto. Lusaka Province Minister Shumliata made the call when she graced the Nkombalianga traditional ceremony of the Soli people of Shikabeta Chiefdom in Rufunsa district.
Traditional ceremonies are an integral aspect of any cultural heritage. Held annually, this year's Nkombalianga traditional ceremony of the Soli-speaking people of Shikabeta Chiefdom in Rufunsa district was a momentous event that not only allowed the chief and his subjects to embrace and demonstrate their cultural heritage, but also provided a platform for government to relieve its commitment to the people.
Government will ensure that our farmers have the necessary resources to enhance productivity and attain sustainable growth.
Chief Shikabeta, through his council's vice secretary, Ruth Tembo, called for further cooperation with government and other stakeholders.
The community has reverted back to shallow wells for their water. My appeal to government is to find another suitable alternative through the Lusaka Water and Sewerage Company, who are covered with this challenging situation.
Government and other stakeholders appealed for unity in the country and the protection of the girl child.
Your Royal Highnesses, government stands ready to embrace everyone willing to contribute positively to the national development regardless of their tribe, region, and political affiliation. We are therefore urging you, our Royal Highnesses, to promote peace in various communities and the country at large.
They are supposed to interact with others so that they learn the tradition from others.
Nkombalianga traditional ceremony was celebrated under the theme Promoting Culture Through Natural Resources. Lou Majila, reporting for Zanis in Rufunsa district.
Central Province Minister Credo Nanjua says there is need to seize opportunities created by traditional ceremonies to package cultural products such as handcrafts. Mr. Nanjua said this when he officiated at this year's Ikubilia Longo traditional ceremony of the Sala and Ila people of Shibuyunji and Mambwe districts.
The Sala and Ila people of Shibuyunji and Mumba districts have celebrated this year's Ikubilia Longo ceremony under the theme Integrating Culture with a Green Environment. The event, which was graced by Central Province Minister Credo Nanjua, was also attended by Attorney General Mulilo Kabesha and Disaster Management and Mitigation Unit National Coordinator Gabriel Poleni, among other dignitaries.
Traditional ceremonies have become means of livelihood and empowerment members of the community. That traditional ceremonies shall be perceived as platforms of economic development that can generate wealth and contribute to poverty reduction. Let us seize the opportunity presented during traditional ceremony to package cultural products such as handcrafts and traditional foods.
Senior Chief Shakumbila, who spoke through Joseph Shakuma, talked about the importance of preserving nature.
Climate change, deforestation, and pollution threaten the delicate balance of nature and pose a significant risk to our cultural heritage. It is therefore our responsibility to take meaningful action to protect our environment while embracing and celebrating our traditions.
And Disaster Management and Mitigation Unit National Coordinator Gabriel Poleni says there is need to use culture to preserve the environment.
We may use our cultural heritage to protect the environment and protect the habitat that hosts us. Let's protect the environment that God has given us. Let's ensure that we initiate more conducive and sustainable agricultural practices.
Kelvin Tembo for Zanis in Mumba District, Central Province.
Lastly, in sports, Kamwala Ward 5 Councillor Mainda Simata has praised Divine Mercy Home for supplementing government's effort in looking after the aged and orphans in the country. Simata says it is gratifying that organizations such as Divine Mercy Homes have not left the responsibility of taking care of the vulnerable to government alone. He said the move taken by the Divine Mercy Home to organize a charity golf tournament should be commended and supported, as the proceeds will be used for a noble cause. And Divine Mercy Homes Programs Officer Deborah Mubanga says the proceeds from the charity tournament will go towards taking care of over 9,760 vulnerable persons, as well as completing the skills center. Mubanga has revealed that the completion of the skills center will help in equipping vulnerable youths with life skills.
First of all, I'd like to thank Divine Mercy Homes for organizing this fundraiser. I believe that the work of Divine Mercy Home is a very noble work and very important work in society, taking care of the aged and the vulnerable in society. You do realize that from a government point of view, we have several social initiatives that try to lessen the impact of poverty on such a sector of society that are vulnerable. We have the social cash transfer, which is targeted at exactly the same people that Divine Mercy Homes serves, that is the aged and the vulnerable.
So currently we have a total number of 9,764 beneficiaries, and that's why we're having this charity golf tournament. So we want to fundraise some money that will go towards a skills development center to help everybody.
As we end the news, here's a reminder of the top stories. President Hichilema expected in Israel. Finance Minister clarifies errors in CDF supplementary budget. Chongwe residents appeal for Chikumbi Kalubwe Road rehabilitation. And traditional leaders urged to promote national unity. That's all we could package on today's news. On behalf of the entire production team, my name is Amos Zulu. Enjoy the rest of the programming. Bye for now.